If you're an OG subscriber, you might remember the days when I was filming on my iPhone with that light blue background in my old office, and even wearing a funny costume from time to time. But you'll also know that my YouTube channel has changed over the years, and I get some comments asking me why, how it's evolved. So I want to tell you the huge epiphany that I had that led me to changing the way I YouTube. So let me get into why I changed the focus of my YouTube channel and how my relationship with YouTube has also changed over the past 6 years. In the beginning of my YouTube channel, I was a lot more social media focused. I even talked about things that I would never talk about now, like how to grow your Twitter. It's not a platform I spend as much time on now. I was very tactical. I had weekly uploads. And honestly, I think less of my personality shined through in those videos. I thought that to display myself as an expert on video, that I should be like professional and buttoned up and, almost like a professor. Now, my intention is to be real and share the stories that matter, and that the ones that also get people emotionally invested into why what I'm sharing with you is important. I'm still sharing the marketing strategies and the tactics and the applications, but doing it in a way that shares the story and why it matters, to give people a mindset shift or help them grow out of limiting belief systems to understand why this is so important that you believe it. If you're not one of the OGs, and maybe this is one of the first videos you've landed on from me, go ahead and click that red subscribe button. I post new videos to help you accelerate your business growth and ascend leads from hello to high ticket every single week. One of the sayings that I live by is that your business evolves as you do, and so has my YouTube channel. I've grown as an entrepreneur, as a person, in my personal development, in the relationships around me, in the mentorship that I have that has, brought me to new levels of awareness and skills. And because of that, I want to share what I learned with you. Another quote that I love from my mentor, Alex Sharfin, he says, "Your business is broken, and if all goes well, it always will be." That might sound a little bit scary. What do you mean? My business is broken? Like, do you feel a little defensive maybe hearing that? But when you understand it from the lens he's sharing it, it's a really good thing. Alex also teaches that there's 5 core functions in your business: lead generation, lead nurture, lead conversion, fulfillment, retention, and upsell. So as you grow in some areas of those business, you're going to need to shift your focus to what you need to optimize next. If you're selling a lot, you're going to have to work on your delivery systems. One of the things that I had to come to terms with is that I'm never going to feel like I've made it. It's not like there's this finish line, cross the finish line, smooth sailing, game is over, and then I'll never be challenged again. This is a game of continuous personal development, and one that I want. I've signed up for constant transition and challenge and the game of overcoming resistance. So what does that have to do with my YouTube channel? Well, I'm going to share that with you, but I want to know first in the comments below, what was the milestone that you had in your mind when you first started your business that you thought would mean that you made it? And how has that changed over time? My YouTube channel evolved and continues to evolve as the business transitions. And yours should transition in the direction of your personal development and growth. Now, I basically look at my channel as me learning in my business, and what I succeed with, I come back and document and share that with you. And that means saying difficult things. No Instagram filters, just showing you the pretty stuff. I've made some difficult videos. Like there's one, the Truth of My 2 Comma Club Award video. That was when, unfortunately, there were some pretty malicious rumors about me and saying that I faked earning $1 million. And I share that story, and it was a really challenging video to make, especially, the pain of being gossiped about and my name being slandered. But I shared that, and I think there's a really powerful lesson in that video. Or the video, my name change video, where I shared that my marriage ended and what I was going to be experiencing. There's actually a whole playlist on my channel called The Road to FHL, and that was me at this pivotal moment in my career, speaking at Funnel Hacking Live in front of 5,000 people, while also going through a very messy divorce. And I share those things not for sympathy or to make light of it, but to show that you can turn your mess into your message. And that part of your story becomes your backbone and your pillar and what makes your audience connect to you. That part of my story is what makes me Marley Jaxx. Those are often some of the scariest things to share, but also going to make the most impact because of the transparency and vulnerability. Your audience feels like they're part of the journey. They'll have an easier time cheering louder when you win because they've seen where you've come from and feel like they've been part of it and along for the ride the whole way. So if you want to create this strategy for your own content, whether that's on YouTube or another platform, one of the first steps that I'd recommend is creating a list of the tactics, the strategies, the expertise you can speak to, And then also a story inventory. Because sure, I can talk about video marketing and webinars and sales funnels and selling high ticket. And I do love to do that, but I don't share that without sharing the story behind it of what got me to that place and the mindset shifts and the identity shifts and the limiting beliefs I had to overcome to be able to achieve those things. From your story inventory, that's where you can share your personal experiences that helped you to get that mindset shift that now you're sharing with your audience. You know, sometimes the best way to learn things is through experience or by learning the hard way, but we can also learn through other people's experiences and through other people's mistakes. I often say mistakes are tuition, and I'll share all of the mistakes I've made. I've been posting a lot recently on my YouTube channel. When I first started creating my story inventory, I would just brain dump so many experiences or memories that came up. And you can also start it by looking at your life in chronological order. Like, what's your earliest memory? Or what is a memory that led you to who you are today? When did you discover that you wanted to do what you do? When did you discover your expertise? Who are the mentors that taught you some of the most profound life-changing lessons that you still operate from today? What were some of the biggest mindset shifts that you had? How difficult were they to overcome? What were your biggest highs, your lowest lows, your failures, your successes? And from there, every story may lead into another that your story inventory is something that you're constantly going to be adding to. And even the day-to-day stuff that happens right now, like when you start your story inventory, yes, go back into your memories because that's going to help contribute to the stories you tell today. But then there's also the day-to-day things that happen around you. Like you overhear a conversation at the grocery store, or your flight was delayed and then this happened and that gave you this epiphany that then you share connected to the lesson you're sharing. The best marketers are the ones who spend more time in the story. This is something Russell Brunson talks about in sharing your content, is you have to share how you learned it and how you earned it so that your audience also gets the feel for, wow, like they went through a lot to be able to have this epiphany, and that's why this is important for me to pay attention to it. I often tell my clients when they're working with me, I can't wait to see where you are a year from now because your life and your business will be unrecognizable. This path, this road that we're on in entrepreneurship, we are evolving faster than most people. And it's kind of interesting to scroll back on my YouTube channel now to see how it's evolved. Sometimes to take the next step in your business, to go to the next level, you have to go back to see where you've come from and kind of dissect those lessons to know what got you here won't get you there, and find the insight of what is going to get you to the next level. If you're ready to discover the next evolution of your business, I want to give you access to my highest performing, most revenue generating campaigns that you can just plug and play into your business and your YouTube channel to maximize lead generation and sales. If you click the link in the video description below, you can attend my next free private training where I'll be showing you how to ascend leads from hello to high ticket. Another quote that I love from my mentor, Alex Sharfin, he says, your business is broken. How long have I been talking?
7 minutes.
Ooh, I thought I was done. And from there, like every story will kind of just you'll remember the behind the scenes or the moment that gave you the was 6 figures in debt, about how I made my first $1 million, how
what not to wear,
what not to wear on camera so you're not embarrassed for 10 years to come when you're like, what fashion choices did I make back then?